Hello, and you're watching the History Fella channel. I'm here today with a book review, and that book review is The Killing Shore, The True Story of Hitler's U-Boats off the New Jersey Coast by K.A. Nelson. My thanks go to Daniela Lipscomb for allowing me to read and review this book. The Killing Shore, The True Story of Hitler's U-Boats off the New Jersey Coast. This is a visceral, deeply researched account of a forgotten front of World War II. While many historians focus on the mid-Atlantic convoys, Nelson brings the war directly to the American shoreline, where Nazi U-boats engaged in devastating Second Happy Time, just miles from the boardwalks of New Jersey. K.A. Nelson brings a unique background to this work. As a US Marine Corps veteran and an accomplished wreck diver, he doesn't just treat these shipwrecks as data points on a map. He's touched the rusted hulls of the ships he describes. His personal connection infuses the writing with a physical urgency. He understands the physics of how a hull collapses under a torpedo strike and the chilling reality of how cold and dark the Atlantic truly is. This book is structured into three distinct parts, moving from the strategic to the deeply personal. First of all, you've got the Atlantic, Pearl Harbor. Nelson pulls no punches regarding the American military and political failure in early 1942. He details the refusal of local authorities to enforce blackouts. This was to avoid hurting tourism, which silhouetted merchant ships against the bright lights of the Jersey Shore, making them easy targets for U-boat commanders like Reinhard Hartgen. 2. The human toll, or what is described as the meat of the book. The middle section is to the heart of the narrative. Nelson selects 11 specific ships, ranging from massive tankers like the R.P. Resort to the destroyer USS Jacob Jones, and reconstructs her final moments. He avoids the faceless enemy trope by utilising German logbooks alongside American survivor accounts. And also he highlights the staggering bravery of the merchant marine, civilian sailors who faced high-octane fire and freezing waters with almost no protection. And lastly is the scientific and cultural legacy. This is the final section that looks at the aftermath, the fate of the U-boat men, the evolution of anti-submarine warfare, and the state of the wrecks today. Nelson explains how modern diving has helped piece together the detective work of these lost battles. The book is very good in that it's got technical detail. Nelson's explanation of U-boat mechanics and the physics of death at sea, for example explosions, flooding and hypothermia, is masterful and accessible. It also has emotional weight. By focusing on individual sailors, such as the heroic SF3 Wilbur Rhodes, he transforms a military history into a human tragedy. Personally, I found a couple of weaknesses in the book, but not much. While the New Jersey focuses provides a clear lens, readers looking for a broader overview of the entire US Eastern Coast campaign from Maine to Florida might find the scope slightly narrow. And also the technical density. For a casual reader, the minute details of the radio room locations or engine specifications might occasionally slow the narrative pace. So in conclusion, Killing Shore is a monumental achievement in maritime history. It successfully bridges the gap between a dry academic text and a gripping narrative thriller. It serves as a haunting reminder that the most violent theatre of war for Americans in 1942 wasn't in Europe or the Pacific. It was within sight of the Garden State. Nelson doesn't tell you that a ship sank. He makes you feel the heat of the burning oil and the weight of the water rushing into the engine room. That is my review of The Killing Shore, the true story of Hitler's U-boats off the New Jersey coast, by K.A. Nelson. A fantastic book and an excellent read. And finally, my thanks go to Daniela Lipscomb for allowing me to read and review this book. Thank you very much, and if you've got any comments, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section below this video, and if you can, give the video a thumbs up. And I shall see you next time for another book review.